Hi everybody, it's Jim the Gentleman Crafter. Wanted to thank everybody for all their support and their wonderful comments on the Graphic 45 and design team uh, tryouts. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. Today I wanted to try a YouTube video on a vintage egg cart for Easter. Uh, it's made out of chipboard. If you know me, it's got to be made out of chipboard. So chipboard and paper and glue and tape. So let's get started, and I'll show you what I've done
Something
so
like
far.
this not too long ago, done in kind of a resin or plaster. So I thought, let's recreate it so we can have it in our houses, made out of chipboard, something that we all know of and use daily. So, excuse me. I want to start off and show you the cart. Actually, let me start off and show you the bunnies. So the bunnies are going to look like this. You can get this SVG file on my blog, which is thegentlemanCrafter.typepad.com, and that's typepad.com. There you go, the Gentleman Crafter. And you can download this SVG file. I made it for you guys, for me, but for you guys as well. So it'll be there to do this project. I cut this out of chipboard, cover it in paper, and we'll need two, so that's where that is. Okay, for the cart, I made a cart out of chipboard once again. The long side is going to be 2 inches by 5 inches. The front and back is going to be 2 inches by 3.5. So you'll need 2 of those for the front and the back, and 2 of the 2x5s. And then for the base, it's going to be it's not going to be 2 by anything. It's going to be 3.5 by 5. Okay? So let me just go through that one more time because I'm kind of stumbling around here. The long side pieces you want 2 of them, and they're going to be 2 by 5. The front and back is going to be 2 by 3.5. You want 2 of those for the front and the back. The base is going to be 3.5 by 5, and you'll just want 1 of those. Okay, and you just cover them with paper, glue them together, and cover them with paper. Or may I suggest that this is about the size of a note card box. It doesn't have to be this wide. It's not going to be a big deal. So a note card box would be great. Any kind of box would be around this size. Okay. The next thing I did was I covered it with paper, lined the inside with my Easter paper. I applied let me see if I can pull this off real quick for you. There we go. The Graphic 45 metal tags to the sides, 2 of them. I came down about 1/8 of an inch from the top. You could probably do it to the top. I just came down 1/8 of an inch. And about 1 inch from the back. So 1 inch in from the back, 1/8 of an inch down. Excuse me, let me grab some water. Okay, reason why the tags work so well is with this 1/8 inch down, it has a perfect hole. Let me see if I can show you that. The perfect round hole for the keyhole for the rod or the axle to go through, which is just a dowel. Once again, 1/8 of an inch down. Goes through that hole, okay? And then for the wheels, what I did is I cut out a 2.5 inch circle. I think it's 2. No, you know what? 2 3/4 inch circle. I used a Folgers coffee lid, Folgers instant coffee lid to trace around and cut that out. I used Tim Holtz die, the Gears die. Glued my paper on first, ran it through the Big Shot, and cut the die for that. For the little ones, which you cannot see, here we go. The little one, I used the mini die. This was just completely, you don't need to have this. It's just something I did, just to support the wheel, just to give it a different color. Let's see if I can give you a little bit of a shot there. So that is cut out with the mini die. Did the same thing, covered it with paper, ran it through the Big Shot, and that's that, okay? So I did basically 4 of the larger gear, which is actually the middle size gear on the gear die, Tim Holtz gear die, okay? This is the mini die, the, what does he call it, shapers and movers, the little mini, and this is the smaller one, okay? So I cut out 4 of those. Actually, I cut out 6 of those, and I'll show you why in a second, and 4 of those for the front and the back of the wheel, okay? So I'm going to put those onto the dowel like that, okay? And let me show you why I cut out 6 of those little mini dies, mini gears. Oops, that does not match, does it? That's right. Let's see. Hold on 1 second. This is backwards. There we go. So that goes there. So we're not going to put one of the little minis on it yet. And I'm going to show you why. Here we go. This is why. You waited for why. Here it is. Okay, so I took 2 of the mini gears, which really you don't have to have, you guys. If you don't want to add this little accent piece, don't worry about it. But this is just what I did. So this is the mini die, mini gear shapers and movers from Tim Holtz. And I cut out 2, and the reason why I cut out 2 is I glued them back to back just to give me enough of a gap here to put it over the wheel and for it to go down on top of the dowel. So it'd be a little bit more secure, okay? That's the only reason. You could stop at that, glue it, and call it a day, okay? But I just wanted to go just a little bit extra. That's the way I do things, a little bit too much detail sometimes. And I did this, okay? And I used the Graphic 45 button staples, the button brad, to put that down, and I just centered it on there, and it's perfect. Clipped off the little brad legs, and it's ready to go, okay? So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my hot glue gun. If you don't believe in hot glue guns, grab your quick dry adhesive, whatever you'd like. But today, just for fastness sake, I'm going to do this. Oops, there we go. So I'm going to grab that. I'm going to put some glue in here like that. I'm going to put this down over the wheel, and you can see it fits in that hole. It's down. It's on. It's good to go. So on this one, turn it over, do the same thing. Grab my glue real quick. Throw it in there. Fill up the hole, and put it in the dowel. By the way, the dowel, you guys, I think is about, let's see, 4.5 inches long. Fits this perfectly. Okay. And what I did, I just cut the dowel, the 1/8 inch dowel, sorry, with the Tim Holtz shears. It cuts it fine. I mean, you might have to put a little pressure on it, but it cuts it fine. These things are awesome. Okay. So that's done, ready to go. Okay. So that's my cart. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some more dowels. I took these and I inked them, I think with Broken China, I believe is what it was. Same 1/8 inch dowel, you'll get probably a 36 inch piece from the craft store. So let's see, I cut 2 pieces at 9.5 inches, okay? And then I cut, just to go back, just so while we're all still on that, you'll want 2 pieces at 4 inches. Okay, and I did a contrasting. I used, not shabby shutters. Oh, it doesn't really matter because your paper is going to be different. Sorry. So this is, I painted those just a different green, or inked those in a different color. Okay. So we'll go to those later, but we're going to start off with these, and what we're going to do is we're going to grab these, what did I say it was? 9.5 inch pieces, and I'm going to go ahead and lay my glue down at the very top of this. Once again, you could use your quick dry, Scotch quick dry. You could use glossy accents, whatever makes you happy. I'm just going to do this for being quick. Okay, so I'm going to glue that, and I'm going to put it toward the end here. Glue it on this side. Okay. Going over here, and I'm going to take my other piece. I'm going to glue it first here. Let's see if we can get good, not a straight gluer. Put that there, and line up this piece and put it right there, just on the edge, top edge. Okay. that's down. Okay, so now I've got my little cart. And don't worry about the glue here. We're going to cover that up in a little bit, and I'll show you how we're going to do that. So that looks good. Okay, these are in, and they look good. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to grab, I'm going to put the cart away. We're pretty much done with the cart. Here is the cart. Got the wheels on it, the staples, the button for detail, the little handles for the cart. Okay, so I'm going to put that away. We're going to start on the rabbits next. Take the rabbits and grab your crocodile, and let's say we're going to put them together, and we're going to need two different places. One's going to need to be at the bottom just for support. So I'm going to say it's going to be kind of centered a little bit and toward the bottom, and chop that, okay? And then maybe one around, let's say, the neck, because that's where the holes for the cart are going to wrap around. Let me see, right there, through those. Okay, and the reason why I'm doing it together, I want it to be perfectly matched. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my little dowels that I cut, and once again, I think they're about 4 inches, and I'm going to take my hot glue gun or whatever, fill up the hole, put it into the rabbit. Okay, not really worrying about what this looks like at all because we're going to cover that up too. And then do the same thing for the bottom hole. Grab some glue. You can also put this on the dowel, it didn't really matter. Oops, let me see if I can get that all the way. There we go. Put that on the dowel. Stick it in, kind of force it in a little bit, like that. Oops, let's see if I can do that again. Like that. With my excess glue. The good thing about what is this called? Hot glue, is that it's pretty forgiving. I mean, it kind of bends and shakes, and sometimes that's bad, sometimes it's okay. So next piece, let me get up here to it. Let's let's do the dowels first. Let's do the dowels, and I put that on here and on there. Okay, I'm working pretty quickly. I'm going to put that into that hole and this hole. Okay. And I pre-measured, and the reason why this is 4 inches is because that's the width of the cart with the extensions at the poles. Okay, so that's that. Okay. All right, that's that part. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some ribbon. This is how we're going to cover this up. Let me see if I can grab my scissors real quick. Cut this off. There we go. And just tie it around his neck, or its neck, like that. Let me see if I can show you how I'm doing that. So like that. Do a little bit more actually. Do a little bow on the outside edges, like that. Let's see. Do it a little bit smaller. Okay. Cut that off. Same thing over here. Kind of covering up that dowel end. Okay. Put that around its neck. Tie a bow. Pull through. Oops, missed it. Do it again. Rip it. Okay. Let's see. Cut through. I don't know why my hands have got glue on it. There we go. Let's see, like that. Make it smaller. Tie it there, and that's good. And cut that off. Okay. So that's that. And that's how that's going to look. Okay. Let's